Coming at you full-fledged, it's your boy Regg with another video for y'all, man, on this early Sunday morning, man. So let's get right into it. So one of the biggest narratives of this NBA season is LeBron James passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in all-time scoring, where I believe Kareem has 36,389 points, career points in the regular season. So one of the biggest fake stories that they were promoting yesterday on the internet was how LeBron James now has the all-time record for most points in regular season, including the regular season and playoffs. So he has the most points combined out of postseason and regular season. And one of my issues with that was, how are you going to combine the regular season stats with postseason stats? Last time I checked, there's about 14 other teams that are competing in the playoffs. And once the playoffs start, all the stats are start off at zero. It's a brand new season. That's why it's called the postseason. So, I mean, they did this earlier this season with Steph Curry, as he was trying to pass Ray Allen in the all-time three-pointers made in the regular season. Before he even beat the record, they was on some, Steph Curry passed Ray Allen in all-time three-pointers made in the regular season and postseason. Okay. That's not a real stat, but, these advanced placement ass niggas, that's what I'm gonna call them, bro. Shit don't make no sense, man. You're combining stats. You can't do that, bro. He's gonna get there. Why y'all crowning this dude before it even happened? This is not even a real stat. I've seen this little tactic, this combining regular season stats with postseason stats with Steph Curry earlier this year, and these probably the only times I've ever seen this happen. Shit don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense, man. This is why people say LeBron James is overrated, which I agree with. I mean, he's a top 10 player, and again, like I said again, but he's a locked at 10 forever, in my opinion. And this is why people say Steph Curry is overrated. Why y'all combining stats that you can't even qualify them damn two? What? Shit is crazy, man. This is why people say Steph Curry is overrated. A lot of people say Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. That's cap. No. Y'all overrating him, saying that he's the greatest three-point shooter. What's the record he just beat? All-time three-pointers made in a regular season. That's what he is. He's the greatest. Greatest meaning number. Greatest meaning the degree of difficulty of the three-pointers made. The amount that he made. He's the greatest three-point shooter. The greatest overall shooters, because you got a lot of casual fans and fanboys that think shooting is just three-point shooting. That's the Steph Curry effect. I put that on Steph Curry because he makes dudes think just shooting is three-point shooting. But overall shooting, three-point shooting, mid-range shooting, back to the basket, post-game, the greatest three-point shooters in the history of the NBA, in my opinion, is either Kevin Durant or Larry Bird. The advanced placement of these dudes, man, it overrates them. LeBron James, you're gonna pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the all-time scoring list, which is impressive. impressive, no doubt about it. LeBron James before he retire, he probably gonna have 40,000 points. Probably, the way it's looking. But he is breaking it down. While it is a testament to show how great of a scorer you is, yeah, LeBron James has the record, I think, for the most consecutive seasons scoring at least 25 points a game, averaging at least 25 points a game. But it's really a longevity stat. And longevity is impressive, without a doubt. But just comparing LeBron James' 38,000 points, what he about to get, to Kareem's 38,000 points. LeBron James came into the league at 18 years old, getting immediate minutes for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Something that wasn't done before him. Before LeBron James, shout out to Too Raw for TV for this factoid. Too Raw for Sports. I'm going to put his channels in the description below. Shout out to him for this factoid. Before LeBron came into the league, minutes was still getting earned on a merit-based. LeBron James came into the league with everything handed to him. Minutes, a whole organization. So you have to look at that into account. If Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came straight out of high school into the NBA, he would probably have at least 45,000 points. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, top 3 player of all time. The greatest basketball player of all time when you include high school and college. And a top 3 NBA player of all time. So that's why I got him top 3 at least. But if you got him at number 1 or 2, that's understandable. I got him at number 3. He went to college. He played all 4 years of college. So he had even more wear and tear on his body getting those 38,000 points, which is more impressive, in my opinion. Steph Curry, because I'm going to get on his head too, because they overrated this nigga too. A lot of people sleep on this, because I just had a conversation about this yesterday with somebody. They was talking about, oh, they trying to crown LeBron before he even he achieved the milestone. And I was like, because he's a Curry fan, he is a Curry fan. I have to remind them, they was doing the same shit with Curry earlier this year with 3-point record. Imagine if Larry Bird could take 15 threes a game. Imagine if Ray Allen can take 15 threes a game. Imagine if Reggie Miller could take 15 threes a game. Imagine if all the all-time great 3-point shooters took 15 3-pointers a game. So it's all about perspective, man. It's all about the era. I'm not going to just limit Steph Curry to 3-point shooting. He's a great finisher. He's a great playmaker too. Not necessarily a great passer, but he's a great playmaker. He's a great finisher at times, but sometimes his game can be a little one-dimensional, as we've seen this year. He's having historical low shooting splits, historically low inefficiency. So, yeah, man. It's all about perspective. Yeah, these people are going to be looked at. LeBron James is going to be looked at as the greatest amount in terms of the specific amount. He's going to be looked at as the greatest scorer of all time. But is anybody with a true brain going to call LeBron James the greatest scorer of all time? Hell no. He's a great scorer. LeBron James is a great scorer, but it's tiers to it. It's levels to it all. And I'm going to drop that video in the description also so y'all can say I can get some more knowledge, you feel me? It's levels to it all. I'm going to put LeBron James on that second tier of scorers, like with, who's on like that second tier of great scorers? Probably like with an Oscar Robertson. Because Oscar Robertson, I think he retired the all-time leader in points, or the second all-time leader in points. And like a James Harden. Yeah, because James Harden, he a great scorer, but he can only score a specific way, greatly in a very specific way. And it's the same with LeBron. I think LeBron, out of all the great scorers in the NBA, probably James Harden too, probably got the least diverse offensive package to be as great of a scorer that he is. He relies a lot on his athleticism. He just can bulldoze you. That's why his nickname, the L Train, one of his nicknames. He's just gonna bulldoze you and get straight to the basket. He had footwork for a couple years in Miami, but he abandoned that shit as soon as he went back to Cleveland. But I'm gonna say his best offensive years, LeBron James' his peak years was 2010 to 2014. His Miami days, offensively, defensively, post moves, shooting, splits, percentages, efficiency, all that. That's his peak, was the Miami days. But his offensive peak, when he was getting in that little groove, you know, that you get in your 30s as an athlete, your early 30s, that mental and physical groove where you're not intimidated mentally, and you still got some of that athleticism physically, was 2016. Well, you could say, 2016 to like 2018. That was LeBron James' offensive peak. So he's a great scorer, but once he gets this milestone, a lot of people just gonna overrate him, just like they did Steph Curry with a 3-point record. No, LeBron James is not the greatest scorer ever. He only led the league in scoring one time. He only averaged 30 points a game one time. He's never won a finals averaging 30 points a game. Never. He's never shot 50, 40, 90. Never. And Kareem hasn't either, but Kareem was arguably the most dominant player of his time. What else? He's got the 25 points per game consecutive season record, which is impressive. But people gonna go too far with this, and they already doing it. They literally combining stats that don't even apply to each other. Like, yeah, man, it's ridiculous, man. Just let me know what y'all think, man. Drop a comment. Drop some comments below on what y'all think about this situation. Is LeBron James, I want to get y'all honest opinion. Is LeBron James overrated? Is Steph Curry overrated? Let me know, man. Drop the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Please donate to the channel if you just want to help out. Any amount will be appreciated, and you will be acknowledged. I'm going to drop that comment, and it's going to be pinned in the comments below. So, thank you, and I'm out.